What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of The Hate Watch You, where we love to hate but don't hate to love. Gentlemen,
Let's go. What's good?
Mr.
How y'all
Shitter, get
doing,
off the
man?
pot to my right. Mr. Super Sax to the left. What's good,
up, man?
fellas?
How y'all doing? What's up, man? I'm repping my hometown, Valdosta State today, so I always got to rep the 229. So
Well, he's not getting at them today. No Georgia or North Carolina hate today.
Tell us a little
who
bit
said
about
that?
Oh, okay. My bad.
Tell us a little bit about Valdosta State, man.
I've said before, I'm from Valdosta, Georgia. Valdosta High School is the winningest high school football program in the country. They beat the Titans in that movie. Remember the Titans in the national championship at the end.
Hold on. Whoa. Slow down. They're the team that beat
Yes.
that was real?
Yes.
Oh
Wait,
my
remember
god.
the Titans, you said?
Yeah, at the end they were like, "Oh, the Titans lost in the national championship. They lost to my alma mater, my high school alma mater, Valdosta High
I
School."
thought that was folklore. That's real?
Yeah, I thought that was too.
That's why you niggas
Anywho.
walk around like that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Valdosta State Division II. They got 4 national championships to their name. I've seen they've all been since I've been alive. So they got waxed a couple times as well in this past decade against Ferris State. But they still got 4 to their name, so it's all good.
Damn. Must feel good.
Yeah.
That fucked me up right there, yo. I thought that was like a fake. I didn't know that was real.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
did he really? So those players really played against that team, like those type of players?
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to know if my son really died in that car accident. That's basically what I'm getting at.
Oh, as far as I ain't got nothing to do with what TC Williams had going on. I'm just letting y'all know that. Oh, what, nigga? I just said that at the end of the movie they said.
Yeah.
Nigga, yes.
Shit, man, I don't know. I'm from Connecticut.
That's what I was saying. I was like, oh shit, okay, all right. Well, thank you for your contributions to not only sports history, but to not only sports history, but just the history in general, man.
Yeah, they beat that history into us when we young, man. So
Shit.
yeah.
Okay.
DeVonte, and while I am putting on for the 229 for Valdosta, I will give a shout out to the crosstown rival Lions as well. They got like 6 national championships or 6 state championships. Valdosta got 24. Lions got like 6. I can't remember exactly, but they were voted Georgia's high school of the 2010s. I want to say. So yeah.
So most recently, that's super dope.
Yeah. Yep. So, gotta show love to the 229 wherever. So,
why my sound's not working? Damn, I was trying to show love, but my sound's not working. They jammed me up. It really wasn't working. All right, let's get to the show, man. Normally we start off with our wonderful 30 seconds of hate. So, gentlemen, flip a coin, figure out who's going to go first. I will go last and then introduce us into our topics. So we have our new drop here.
Oh man, hate. Man, you corny.
All right.
D, you can go first. I went first last time, I think. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
D, you on the clock. Here we go. 30 seconds.
So since this is Hate Watch University, I'm gonna teach y'all something about a little hate. If you guys want to watch Geno Auriemma sit there and basically cry about him basically losing that game. Oh, we had a player of South Carolina rip the jersey. If Dawn Staley would have done the exact same thing, she would have been berated and dragged across the mud for a while. They just kind of let Geno skate, and that shit pisses me off.
I agree. I think Geno was after further review because in the chat I was with Geno. I was Connecticut until I seen the points he was making and they were invalid as fuck. So
Bro, every
I'm with
single
you on
point
that.
was invalid. Every single point.
Do you think he's just old and forgot?
Bro, he had the Joe Biden moment.
Damn.
This dude is just speaking random shit. And then on top of that, you come up with that half-ass you're getting dragged. Come on, man. Get out of here with that shit. That's crazy.
Do you feel more relieved after being able to get that off your chest?
Nah, I still hate that.
All right, Dame, you up, my boy. Let's get it. Here we go.
So I'm gonna talk about this later. Fuck Josh Allen. Not Josh Allen specifically. It's just the people who coddle that man as the great white hope. So I'm gonna add on to what D had to say about Geno as well. Even though we're gonna talk about him, ass. Like he's a sore loser. Two things can be true at once, right? He is one of the greatest to ever do it, and he is a sore loser. Kim Mulkey and Pat Summitt would have slapped his ass for real. And Sports Center is messy for having Muffet McGraw talk about that nigga Geno on Sports Center on Saturday.
Educate the.
So Muffet McGraw, former Notre Dame's
McGraw?
Women's coach, right?
I
only had 30 seconds, but anyway, Muffet McGraw, former Notre Dame's women's coach, right? Notre Dame was whooping his ass earlier this decade, late last decade, and why UConn wasn't getting to the Final Four because she was the coach. So yeah, of course, when they had talked about the Geno thing on Sports Center and on the game day shows on Saturday or whenever, they're like, "Oh, here's Muffet McGraw, Geno's favorite op."
Oh,
like,
God. It was tearing him down.
They should have. So
hate to see a white man get tore down like that. I'm gonna be honest.
He's Italian, so.
He was
Shout out to Tony Soprano. He's Italian.
He could take it. All right, I got some hate coming out of
the court. Walked off the court without even shaking hands at the end. Basically gave that a half-ass shake hands and then didn't even shake no player's hand.
I think he was old and forgot, man. I think he was.
Yeah.
But
what's the excuse for Dawn?
We gonna get into Dawn's ass too.
We gonna get into that.
We gonna get into Dawn's ass too, because Dawn ain't exempt of this work. She could get that motherfucking work. You hear me? Listen, let me get my hate off and then we'll get into it. Because Dawn, motherfuckers is I get the Geno thing, but the next game you do that, nah, dog, we gotta talk about it. They ain't talking about it enough. All right, here's my 30 seconds. All right, here we go. So, once upon a time, there was a man named Bam Adebayo who scored 83 points. From the time of me taking this stat, after that, they won 3 out of the last 10 games, right? His average on a year is 21 points, and he averages 23% shooting from the field, right? Top scorers in the NBA average 20 points per game. Excuse me. He averages below the top 20 point scorers a game because I fucked it up. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my point because that shit got me tight. I put too many words in this doc, but I read it wrong. Here's the point. He averages 20 points a game. The top 20 scorers average between 25 and 30 points per game on any given night. This nigga's ass, he scored 14 points on a revenge game and was talking about how they needed to fucking double team him and do all this other extra shit. Pack his 83 up. We got to investigate that 83. That was bullshit. Anyways, let's get this show on the road. That was some clear bullshit. Fuck Bam. And he's a good dude, but fuck Bam, yo. Fuck that 83. I hate niggas like that, yo. They get a little bit of success, and then they just forget, like, you've been asked the whole time. I hate that shit, bro. With a passion. With a true passion. But fuck Bam. Anyways, we were kind of touching on the topic before. Let's get to the March Madness. As everybody knows, we have concluded the March Madness has officially ended for the men's and the women. So for the men, which we will do last, the Michigan Wolverines beat UConn by 6 points. For those gamblers out there, the spread was 6.5. And this is how crazy Vegas is. The women's game was so bad, people don't normally gamble on women's game. Well, people do, but it was so bad of a spread difference. They had to make sure that this men's game was entertaining enough to keep people around because Michigan could have either blew them out or whatever the case was. But, gentlemen, how do you feel about the Final Four? We'll start with the women from the Geno game, Geno versus Dawn, until Dawn getting mopped by UCLA women's basketball.
Well, congratulations to UCLA women's. Got to give them credit where credit's due. Now, for those who are keeping track, my predictions were South Carolina over Texas, right? Now, it's unfortunate how the Texas game ended or played itself out because they still had a chance to win, right? They were building houses over there, and they still had a chance to win, right? And then we know what happened with the South Carolina UConn game, right? I was the only one on the cast, for those keeping track, who said Dawn was going to get her get back from last year, right? So
That is a fact.
and I did gloat a little bit on the in the group chat about it, and that's what I get for doing that because they got waxed like a Brazilian on Sunday against UCLA. So congratulations for Dawn on getting her get back, and we love Dawn on this show. It's just no one is above criticism.
Right.
To your point, they were, all of this hoopla that happened on Saturday or Friday night when they played just for Sunday to happen. Unfortunately, inexcusable. But what I will say is while they are not above criticism for how poorly that game turned out, and don't want to take the credit away from UCLA because they were just dominant in that regard.
Right.
It's easy to look at that game and last year's championship game against UConn and be like, oh, well, it's South Carolina on the demise. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit. Like, we're going to get these takes off, and that's fine, but let's be objectively fair and hate, right? Their floor is the Final Four. Like,
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Their floor is the Final Four. They've been over the hump, 3 times since Dawn's been there? Can't remember. So I think a lot of programs would take that. Your floor is at minimum getting to the Final Four. Okay, we'll take that. Not how you want to end this past season or the season before, but let's not take away from the fact that South Carolina is still a good program, and Dawn is the person to get them to the promised land again. She's done it before; she'll do it again.
I don't think she should be. Listen, I don't think she should be fired. I don't think any of that because she's a tremendous coach, and like you said, the Final Four is the floor. But at the same time, with all that hoopla that was going on, right? First of all, DeVonte, before I pass it to you, I just need to say this: the real winner in this whole March Madness was Jordan's Furniture. Doesn't even matter about the teams. Jordan's Furniture came out a winner because of that South Carolina game. Granted, I love Dawn Staley. I think she's a great coach. I think she's black excellence. But at the same time, if you're going to gallivant and you're hyped up and I'm going to beat his ass, and okay, we love that. But now you got a game to play. That same fire that you had at the end of the game, it was like it was missing for the UCLA game. And online, I'm not going to do it, but they're trying to do it, and I'm just going to bring it up and bring it to your attention. Every single coach in NCAA history that I know, unless they suited and booted, sometimes the female coaches be wearing heels and all that, they got their logo, South Carolina, something on it. Dawn Staley, I told Ash, I said, oh, that's Balenciaga. She said, how do you know that's Balenciaga? I said, that shit is right on her fucking jacket, right? Okay. So here's the thing. they're killing her online to say that moment that was about Geno and her, she kind of took it and capitalized it and brought it about herself and not the team, which is why the team came out and performed that way in the national championship. I don't know how much credit there is to that, but what I can say before I let it go, there's a little bit of something there. She's a star. She's a star. But you can't lose like that in the national championship game. How do you feel about it, D?
I mean, me personally, I just had it worded wrong, I guess. I said UConn was going to lose to Illinois because they had their championship moment. South Carolina lost in the championship. They had their championship moment. So I just mixed up my words. I was kind of with Dame on that.
Fuck out of here.
No, to be honest, I did say that was really the championship game. They hate each other so much, to be honest. If it wasn't seen just now, I mean, I don't know what else would show you. It is the equivalent to when Skylar Diggins was on Notre Dame, or you had Brittany Griner on Notre Dame, and they had those rivalries going back and forth. Me personally, the Balenciaga thing, that don't bother me. She got swag. I mean, that is what it is. You know, everybody's not for everybody. You know, you had coaches that would like take Bill Belichick wearing the cut hoodie and stuff like that. Nobody says anything about that. I wouldn't read too much into that. But I do believe that Geno was wrong on that. Did anybody see Sarah Strong rip her own jersey and then the shock look she had after she did it? And then what did she go over to the coach and tell him, oh, somebody ripped my jersey? I mean, nobody knows what happened. Geno might just be making the shit up because he was embarrassed at that point. But, I mean, it's honestly ridiculous. And I don't think there would have been a legit apology if he wasn't getting dragged the way that he was. I mean, that's a half-ass apology to me. I mean, one, it's a woman. Granted, it's a heated moment. It's you're in battle, but that shit's not the time or the place to do something like that. I mean, and about shaking hands, and then you act like that towards the end. Handle it with class. You're the greatest women's coach ever, and then you're gonna treat somebody like that. That was, to me, poor behavior, piss poor behavior, and I don't agree with that.
It's important to note. Yeah, it's important to note that last year when UConn did win the game, Geno was front and center.
You about to talk about that clip?
You know, father stretched my hands, waiting on that hug. Now he's nowhere to be found. Also, quick correction, I think Brittany Griner played for Baylor, not Notre Dame.
Yeah, she played for Baylor.
That's what I meant. Baylor. That's what Kim Mulkey. My bad. Yep, you are right.
Yeah. But
because Kim Mulkey went from there to Go ahead. Sorry, Dave.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, either way, it's like I said at the beginning. I mean, two things can be true. Geno is one of the greatest to ever do it. You got to get past UConn if you want to get to the mountaintop. But he is a sore loser. I mean, like I said, Kim Mulkey or Pat Summitt would have punched his ass for real. But
did y'all see that Pat Summitt clip?
Yep.
Where she was talking about the dunk.
Yeah, it said if Candace Parker would have dunked twice in that game, I don't think Geno would have been able to handle that.
Yep. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Did you see that, D?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it goes to the long tail that. Here it is, right here. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. I guess it goes back to the long tail that Geno's a sore loser, and I guess we all know, but because he's so great, you kind of ignore it. But here's the clip.
Parker again. Watch out! Slam dunk.
Did she dunk twice?
Twice at home.
But she didn't dunk twice at UConn, though?
No,
she just
once.
Okay.
Geno couldn't handle twice.
So, was that y'all that laughed like that?
No.
That was the Jesus, that nigga hates Geno too. Oh my god! But you kind of get the drift of everything. Let's switch motion to the men's NCAA champions, the Michigan Wolverine. I don't want to say they put a whooping on UConn. I think UConn hung around as much as they could. But it just, at the end of the day, It was entirely too much. Yaxel, Lindenberg, Mara. I don't know. I think it's Andy Mara and my boy number 21, something Montez Jr. Listen, I'm not here for to give you guys the names in full because I don't know them, but I just number 21. I'm trying to find his name, but it's all good. Number 21. Before the game started, I was going into it saying that he is going to be a dominant performer just simply because of what I've been seeing from him in the tournament, and he didn't disappoint. Yaxel played. Listen, Michigan won. There was a point in the game where there was a hook and ladder call, and it was a fucking, it was a technical foul. Like, I don't even really understand that. They got 2 shots. They went up by 2, I think, at that point. UConn missed. They came back down. They were up by 4, then 6. And that swing right there kind of fucked the whole game up, if you ask me. Because I never seen that call before in college basketball. Maybe you have, Dame, because you're more college than I am. I've never seen a hook be called a technical foul, but whatever. And it just came down to people that could score, people that couldn't. The whole tournament, Terrace Reed has been killing the competition, but those 2 big boys at Michigan weren't going to allow him to just bully him. So shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. I was very impressed. And the one thing I had questioned, which I'll leave to you gentlemen, was the coach. I think Yaxel Lindenberg is going to the league, but the coach playing him for 20 minutes straight with an MCL sprain is very questionable to me, and maybe it might affect his future more than we know at this point. But how do you feel about it, gentlemen?
Yaxel, well, yes, congrats to Michigan for winning, and congrats for Vegas for making it close. Actually, fuck Vegas for making me have to stay up that late in the first place. I'm on the East Coast, so fuck them for making me have to stay up that late because the game was close to the end. But Yaxel, at his halftime interview, he said something about him not playing great, right? It's like, this is the worst he's played, but it's the championship game, so I got to give him all. So I guess adrenaline is a hell of a drug,
Yeah,
but, I'm glad I didn't have to say that he was not playing well. He said it himself, so I didn't have to.
right.
Also, because I'm all in the business of fair and objectivity, I said Arizona over UConn for the championship game, and I was hella wrong, right? So Arizona got beat like that white boy in Drumline when he was beating the bass drum trying to get his spot back on the field. That's how
Right.
bad. That's how bad Michigan beat Arizona, bro. Trying to get his spot back on the line. I can admit when I'm wrong because I'm definitely gonna gloat when I'm right. So I can also admit when I'm wrong. That was not great.
I was surprised
But
they lost by that much. Like that was
yeah. It was so bad. I went to go play pool with my girl. That's it. Like we went to go play pool. That's it. That's how bad it was. But no, Michigan, they were the better team. I mean, between Yaxel, even if he's not having a good game, what's his face? Cadeau, like, put the team on his back. He was a team high 19, I think. Yaxel did finish with double digits, but they just had no answers. As for the hook and ladder or hook and foul, whatever that was, I'm with you. I don't know what that was. It
that
threw
was
me for a
crazy.
loop.
That was crazy.
It was.
Like I get it as a personal foul, but I didn't understand it being a technical foul. And then them shooting 2 and getting the ball and scoring, like that was a 6-point swing right there. That was at the end of the first half, and it fucked it up. And D, I know you have to go. If you think about the team that was shooting on this side of the basket, they couldn't make shit. They couldn't make a shot. But the other side, they were making literally everything. Michigan shot the worst from the field that they've shot in the whole tournament. I think it was like 20% from threes or some shit like that. I can
pull it up for you.
Yeah, please pull it up. It was crazy because
I just had it.
It was just crazy because I was trying to figure out like what is going on, and it seems like in that second half of the tournament of the game, everything started swinging Michigan's way, the calls, everything like that. But go ahead, D.
Yep. I mean, I agree with you guys. I think the biggest person in that game was Cadeau, to be honest, because he had a couple
Uh,
like dagger threes. Um, Plus, when they started trapping, Michigan didn't know how to handle that. I mean, in the Big Ten, they don't really handle traps like full court presses that well, anyways. So the fact that they got the ball in the right player's hands and he was able to push it up. I mean, UConn had that chance to storm back. I mean, if he didn't get that, I think he wind up getting it to Yaxel at the end.
uh-huh.
I mean, shout out to Michigan, first championship in what 37 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I to be honest, hats off to UConn too. Though I ain't gonna hate on them. They played a hell of a game, made it this far, and I didn't have them making it this far. I don't think really anybody did. So the fact that they didn't get spanked like how Arizona did, I mean, that's a win in itself. Illinois, Illinois, man.
Yeah, you had Illinois. That was a crazy team.
Yeah, because that was that championship moment to me. Like I said, I just had it in reverse. It was supposed to be the women, not the men. So, like my whole thing with the Illinois game is UConn came out firing, like they were hungry, they wanted it. UConn came out with the same type of energy for this game, but I think Michigan was just too big, too powerful for them. I mean, any shot that was going in the paint was legit getting sent into like the third fucking row. So, like over and over and over again. I mean, the shit was ugly. Like
there was a few times where I watched the dude clap board on him. He went up, thought it was sweet, bang. He did it like four times to solo ball, I think it was.
Yeah, but then Caravan wind up doing the same thing towards the end, and he started to catch fire at the end. I think they need to get the ball in his hands more. Mullins had a couple nice threes towards the end, but to your point, you know, one side of the court, nobody was hitting any shots at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was interesting to watch. Arizona, I don't know what the hell that was. We was at Bobby V's. I got fucking ridiculed by the waiter. That was probably the most entertaining part of the night for everybody. Lady said, you know, the game was so boring. There was like nobody in there, and that's a sports lounge for anybody who don't know. Packed out for the UConn game. No seats available. No standing room. We had to go watch the game in some Mexican restaurant.
Jesus.
Very interesting experience. Then we go back to Bobby V's to go watch a Michigan game. Everybody clears out. There's probably like 4 families up in there. And this lady, I'm asking her during football season, is this packed in here or not? And she was like, well, it depends on what team you like. If you like the Patriots, yes. Trey said, oh, my team's the Cowboys. She said, yes. Then she said, what's your team? I said, the Chargers. She said, oh, there's a bunch of empty seats then. So that was that was probably the most entertaining that we had during that time there. I think it started off like 10-1 against Arizona.
Yeah,
I mean, you knew
it was bad.
It was up from there. So, like I said, shout out to Michigan. Something that the Fab Five couldn't do. They got the shit accomplished. They played the game. They played it well. I don't even think we need Yaxel, to be honest.
No, they didn't need his ass. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
No, yeah, real quick for the percentages. So everything inside the paint, Michigan dominated. They shot 38% from field goal range, and then UConn had 31. But for 3-point range, UConn had 27%, and Michigan was 13%, just 2 for 15. So. And Michigan,
13%, and they won the game, and Michigan lives off threes. That's crazy, yo.
Those 2 were the daggers from Cadeau, though, if I'm not mistaken. Cadeau hit them in the second half, late in the second half.
Because UConn was catching fire, and then goddamn.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give us. We're gonna hit this topic with real quick 5 minutes. So I got the timer ready. I'm gonna play the clip, but you guys kind of know what we're gonna talk about. Just to spin it or to come to a conclusion on college sports. Thank God. Oh my gosh, I hate college. I hate college sports. I enjoy watching it live, but gambling on it is more so where my hate is. But I'm starting the 5 minutes. Here we go. We have a clip here from College Game Day, and they sat down and they talked with, I believe it was Jay Billis. Sorry, gentlemen, it was Jay Billis, Jay Will, John Calipari, and they're talking about the state of college basketball. excuse me, which I think this kind of applies to just college sports in general. They're just talking about how they think that these gentlemen should be considered or should be on contracts and not being able to have as much free will as they have. Some agree, some don't. So here we go.
There's a buyout in there. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. The transfer and the length of eligibility. A 17-year-old playing against a 28-year-old is not healthy and safe. It's just not.
There needs to be some kind of years of
qualification. And why in football do they make them stay 3 years? Because they say it's not safe.
No, that's not why. The NFL has a collective bargaining
You
agreement.
and I could go back and forth on this and have some fun with it.
But they determine. So that's a great point. Like the NFL, it used to be 4 years. You know, college football is 50 years older than the NFL. And the NFL used to have, or excuse me, the NCAA used to have a rule way back in the day that when the NFL was getting going, that if you worked in professional sports, you could no longer work in college sports. So the NCAA, the NFL came to the NCAA on bended knee and said, please don't do this to us. You'll kill us as we're getting going. We won't draft your players until they graduate. And then they started drafting them after 3 years. You know why? Not because they're mature enough now. It's because the USFL started drafting juniors and they had to keep up. That's all it is. That's a collective bargaining issue for eligibility for the draft and nothing more. The NBA has an eligibility issue that says 1 year after your high school graduation and you're in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut it there because it's an extended clip. But the real question I want to ask you guys, and I know this is a loaded question, but try to keep it as quick as you can. Probably like a minute for each person. What do you think the solution is to college transfers and the transfer portal issue? Dame, you dropped something in the chat. Half of all collegiate basketball athletes, right? That's what it was, are in the portal.
Yeah.
So what can be done to maybe curb some of that to keep players staying at university so we can get that feeling of, that feeling of pride with certain colleges and things of that. So, Dame, you want to go first?
I think it's something that has to do with contracts and buyouts, really. Like, if that's where we're headed, you want to, because we're investing in each other. You want to play here at whatever college. Okay, I spent all this time and resources recruiting you to get here, and we have a good season. Like, whatever, we get knocked out in the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16 for basketball, or first round of the college football playoffs for football, something like that. When the school didn't make the tournament or the postseason the previous year. I think that's a good leap. Now, after all of this, you're like, I'm cool on that. I want to go, elsewhere, right? No, that's not what we're gonna do here. Y'all want to sit at the big boy table. I gotta treat you like the big boy and girl that you are. Okay, you want to leave? All right, there's a buyout for it, for sure. So you want what did big boy say in ATL? This is grown man business. Treat it like it.
D, what do you got?
I agree with the same. Basically, my point is like more. What was the coach from UConn this year that he had the back-to-back basically good seasons? This one was really good from the football team. Forgot his name.
Oh, Jim Mora.
Yeah, Jim Mora. Basically did the same thing, but you lose out on the money. These kids is getting all these endorsements, get to go to school. Now they're getting NIL. I think some of the schools are starting to pay just out of pocket for certain expenses and stuff. So I feel like either you got to give some of that back, or you shouldn't be able to basically double dip. But then at the same time, I'm kind of on the fence with it too, because like how we always talk and we say, hey, this is like, if you don't like it, you can always quit your job. Technically, what if they were promised stuff that we don't know behind the scenes, and they're just like, hey, you know what? This isn't not what I signed up for. Every coach tells you, hey, you can do X, Y, and Z, and we're going to start you, and then you don't wind up starting. It's a double-edged sword for some of the players too. So I'm on the fence with this one.
So I'm with both of you guys in the sense of there has to be some type of there has to be some type of structure. Like college football, college basketball, it was like they're like one extreme or the other. Like, we're not gonna pay y'all, y'all can't get paid. So now y'all can get paid and make millions of freaking dollars. That, to me, that is the stupidest thing coming from collegiate professionals. It's like a weird combination. Like, you should know that to give this much freedom to people that have never had it before, you know it's gonna be the Wild Wild West. I think that there should be contracts. So I think, based on what you feel like your value is, you negotiate a 1-year contract, 2-year contract, 3 and plus. I don't think there should be anybody in college playing basketball at the age of 24, 25, 26. Even 23 is a little sketchy, but I guess I get it. My issue is not necessarily that the kids are getting paid, but it's they have no restrictions. We're still talking about college kids that go to parties, that have that are still into doing things that, you know, that we did when we were in college. So imagine having access to millions of dollars and you don't even have to worry about going to school. You're not setting a good precedent for a certain type of discipline to when you get into the league. So now you get into the league and you don't like it. You've been transferring your whole career. You can't do that in the NBA. So it doesn't set a good precedent for teaching these kids business when they step into the league. Because if you're teaching them to prepare for the next level, great. The competition is great, but now we entered business. So it's like, are we going to teach them business, or are we just going to rob them? Because even the NIL deals aren't necessarily, they're not paying for them. They're finding different ways and they're not paying out of pocket. It's not like the college is paying them. They have investors, boosters, all these other things that the money's going to. They're not employees of the college, even though I think some colleges, like you said, D, are doing that. My point is this, and I'm gonna say it in closing. I think they should be getting paid, but I think they should be signing contracts to these teams. So if I know I'm a value commodity and I want to go to Kentucky for a year, I sign a 1-year contract, and after that contract is up, I'm allowed to transfer. After I transfer the second time, the third time, there's no fourth. We got to stop it because it's not creating a sense of, a sense of responsibility, and the coaches too. We can't put all this blame on the players when the coaches do the same shit. So,
that's what I was trying to say too.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're clear for the record. Yes, the coaches started this, but that's not what the conversation piece was about. We was talking about the kids this time, not the coaches. So.
Right. But the coaches aren't exempt from that, and I think it got to the point where the players were making more or just as much as the coaches, and they started to feel like the power struggle kind of go, which is why now it's blame the college kids for leaving. But nigga, my coach,
Yep.
Kind of. I mean, because to be honest, you can have a coach. I think what started all of this. One, I think the NIL deals are crazy because you got high schoolers that's able to get it too now, because nothing is regulated. So I think that watered down the sport. Period. Is like we keep hearing, it's more of an amateur league than it is collegiate sports at this point. But I do think it started with the college coaches that did what Jim Mora did and use a university to have it for a couple of years and then mid-contract decide that he's going to up and leave, because that's when the players started. That's originally when they were allowed to transfer. Was like unforeseen circumstance. They were allowed to transfer out because of that. Now,
right,
with this whole NIL deal and these guys getting paid for it, I agree. I do think there should be a contract or something in place where they have to stay at these universities. And I think there should be a limit, like one time you can transfer, because having them do it, like, I think they said Yaxel played for like 3 or 4.
He played for four different schools.
That's crazy. Like, I mean, at one point, like, you try to follow your favorite player, and it's bad for those JUCO kids that maybe have poor grades and couldn't get in anywhere, and now they're basically watered down too because they don't have any ability to get into these schools because you have these guys just transferring all over the place. So I mean, it created I think NIL created a mess.
I think you made a great point there, and Dame, you could, after I say this point, wrap us up with your closing thoughts on this. But you made a good point, and now it made me think. Like why I don't really like watching college basketball or football, because I don't know who to follow and when to follow, because motherfuckers is gone. Like I can't watch it. Like if I'm a fan of a university, and this is an ignorant thought, but it is what it is, because I see you rolling your eyes over there. But if I'm watching a college, and like I didn't even know Terrence Reed came. I thought Terrence Reed was there for 3 years. The only person on UConn that I know has been there for as long and consistent is Caravan. So if you were to ask me a name for UConn, I could say Caravan, because he's been there and he hasn't transferred back and forth. I didn't know who the hell Solo Ball was at the beginning of the season, or the other nigga with a weird name, just because everybody's transferring and it's not good for business. But close us out, D, and then we'll go to the NFL.
I think, I don't know. It really is just the wild, wild west. And as I said earlier, this is grown man business. And on both sides of the aisle, you have to treat it as such. Coaches can't get away with whining about, oh, the kids are leaving, but at a moment's notice, they get to leave. No, it works both ways.
What's that meme where he's like, "Oh, my pussy hurts"? You say that shit or just reminded me of Oh shit. Speaking of both sides of the aisles and grown man motherfucking BI, let's make some motherfucking noise for my boy, my man, Kirk motherfucking Finesse Cousins. Oh, it's not clapping. Hold on. Here we go. This motherfucker deserves a standing ovation. Kirk Cousins deserves a standing ovation. For those who don't know,
Tank.
Say that again.
No, he don't. He's not Tank. This nigga, I deserve head ass. No, he don't.
He deserves Kirk. Listen, Kirk Cousins deserves a standing ovation. Listen to this. Kirk Cousins will sign a 5-year, $172 million deal with the Raiders that in reality is a 1-year deal, fully guaranteed $20 million, that also contains a club option for 2 years for $80 million. And guess what? The Falcons are going to pay $8.7 million this season, and the Raiders are going to pay $1.3. So guess what? The Raiders got this nigga for the cheap. And the reality of it is, he's not even going to play for 2 years. He might not even make it 1 year. I was talking to DeVonte over the weekend. This nigga might play 5 games, nigga, and make $80 million. So Kirk motherfucking Finesse Cousins, he finessed the Falcons. He finessed the Vikings. He finessed the motherfucking Raiders. I mean, not the Raiders, the Redskins, Commanders. This motherfucker had to make over $500 million in his career for being a mediocre quarterback. I want to be like Kirk.
You like that?
It's going in the montage, but you ain't shit. No, I don't like that.
You like that? You like that? Holy shit, man! Listen, when this news broke, you got some trouble in your division, DeVonte. Oh man.
Yeah, they bringing out old people. I mean, it's all good. Kirk Cousins.
Get this raggedy nigga off my screen, man.
He had like 3 turnovers the last time they played the Chargers. I mean, to be honest, I'm not worried. They got
all right.
they got old ass dude.
Make sure you save this clip.
Yeah,
43 seconds.
Save this clip.
He's an old ass dude.
2 games. Yup, 2 games that we gonna whoop that ass, dog.
I don't know about that. I don't know, man. Oh, let me start my time. That wasn't a part of the time. This is a part of the time. All right, so Mr. D, you added that, gave us some news about Sexy Dexy, who's requesting a trade. You want to tell us a little bit more about it? Also looks like it says there's 3 teams that might be interested.
Yeah, I don't know the 3 teams that might be interested because I don't really give a fuck about those other teams, being honest. Only team that I'm interested in him going to is the Chargers. That way we could put Kirk Cousins down. Listen, to be honest, this goes back to the Giants just mismanaging everything like how they normally do. Not wanting to sign their star players because they're being cheap as shit. but then they want to sign a coach to. Then he get like $5 million a year or some bullshit like that. And they got to
Harbaugh,
bring
yeah.
over whoever he wanted. So Saquon Barkley, back when it was Hard Knocks, I think it was like season. I forgot what season that was.
It was a season with the NFC East. All right, we got you.
Yeah, where both him and John Mara came into the office and they said basically they're not willing to pay him when they had to pay Daniel Jones like $40 million or something like that. We're not paying a running back $12 million. Then the next year, this dude goes in division, whoops your ass throughout the season, almost breaks the Russian title record, wins a Super Bowl. Here we go again with them using a star defensive player, and now they're being cheap again. 2 years in a row, he's been seeking out like an extension basically with the Giants, which who the fuck wants to stay there anyways? And now here we are. You know, like here we are again. You know they're not going to sign this dude, so hopefully this time instead of a release, they're looking for some trade capital. Chargers don't have much, but we can work something out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what he would be like on our line. Just
So
poor management by the Giants.
the Baltimore Giants don't want to pay Dexter Lawrence, and he's not going to get traded into the NFC. So my hopes are gone. So the list of the three teams go as following: the Chargers, top of the list, the Patriots, or the Seahawks. Now, if I'm him, just saying, I mean, he probably has no leverage, but that probably has the most capital is the Patriots. So, hate to tell you, but I think he's going to be a Patriots player if they do trade him. But they don't have to trade him. That's the thing. They don't have to trade him. He could just be disgruntled and fuck you, and we'll trade you at the end of the season, because that is the Giants' way. They have been dropping the ball at every turn, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think that basically the Giants do something like that, you might end up with like a Le'Veon Bell situation where you just sit out the season, because he clearly does not want to play for them. To be honest,
No,
that defense. I don't think that defense will be the same. You wouldn't have Thibodeau, and who's on the other side? That they were getting like massive amounts of.
Hold on, they don't have Thibodeau. He's gone.
No. They do. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
you wouldn't
okay.
have Thibodeau getting the sacks that he does.
Got
Or that
you.
the defense is what kept them in the games last year. It wasn't really the offense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you lose that major part of your defense right there. I mean, that's their identity is being able to stuff and run, you know, giant football basically. So you wind up losing that. I mean, to me it's stupid. I would just resign the dude.
Get him the fuck out of the NFC. I don't care. Get him out.
Forgot you're a Cowboys fan, so you want him out of division. I get it.
Get the fuck out of here. Go somewhere far too. Go to the AFC. I don't give a fuck. But the more compelling, not compelling, but our good brother Dame here has a bone to pick with the media of the 4-letter word and a few of the other 3-letter words and a couple other letters out there. But would you like to kind of intro this topic, sir?
So, Lamar Jackson shows up to OTAs 30 minutes after Get Up on ESPN said that he wasn't going to be there for a day or two. And then they were just like, just didn't acknowledge that happened, that they were just completely wrong. Then I watched Fox Sports 1, or at least a clip of it, later. Lamar's at OTAs, and then somebody on set is like, I don't like it. It just seems performative because of the new coach and this, that, and the third. Now,
was this a white man?
They both were.
Was this a white man that is married to a black woman?
I don't know the particulars. Damn, nigga, I'm just.
I know the particulars. Go ahead. Continue,
I don't know
sir.
the particulars.
Continue.
But I don't. I know I said in my 30 seconds, fuck Josh Allen, right? I don't necessarily hate Josh Allen. I hate that he gets coddled the way he does by media members. And when you compare Lamar and Josh Allen, the goalpost keeps moving whichever direction to fit a narrative. That's it, right? This wild card merchant is what we have here for Josh Allen. Oh, he's that. No, 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 no. He's not a two-time MVP like Lamar. He's not a three-time Super Bowl champion like 15 in Kansas City. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Stop. Now, I will objectively say 8, 15, and 17. Those are the three quarterbacks in the AFC where I'm like, all right, you got to get past one of them, right? But unfortunately for 17 here in Buffalo, he had none of his peers there, and he still couldn't get the job done. So, what do you mean? He had the most egregious fumble in the Broncos game.
Oh
and
my
they
God!
get on
Don't get me started with that shit.
exactly, and then they get on get up the following Monday talking about some. Oh, the O line should have dived on that shit. But when
No
Cam
way.
Newton
Hold on,
didn't dive on the ball,
Timeout. They said that.
yeah, the same one.
All right,
The
keep
same
going.
one
I'm
who-
gonna find that clip. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they was making excuses for him, like, oh well, yeah, I know Josh Allen made the fumble here, but the O line could have done it better. Man, fuck out of here, dog. Like, what are we talking about here? Lamar Jackson, even as he's aging, right, and the body is deteriorating and all of these injuries, he is still video game fast, bro. He is making the best athletes in the world shake like a stripper every time. Like, oh my, like you hear them on the mic'd up, like, oh my God, like what? There's nothing you can do. I remember Ravens playing the Jaguars the last time they played each other. I remember watching the game, and it was like last year or the year before. But I remember he makes this insane throw to the tight end, and Trayvon Walker just looks back at him like, "Fuck, like fuck, can you do about it?" There's nothing you can do about it because Lamar makes these plays regularly. That's not to say that Josh Allen doesn't. It's just that when Lamar Jackson falls short, media is quick to blame Lamar Jackson. When Josh Allen falls short, the media is quick to blame everybody else.
Production team found the clip. Let me play it here for those.
Damn, that was quick.
For those are unaware of what Dame is talking about. He's talking about this clip, I believe.
Yes.
The Josh fumble right before the half.
Yeah.
Josh can't do this. He knows he can't do this. But look, watch. Buffalo's there to recover the fumble, and they don't. Their big guy doesn't get on the.
Hey yo.
Dead ass, bro. Dead ass.
Yo. All right. So I don't like how he, he can't turn that over. But the lineman, he was right there. He should have cared. The most unathletic nigga on the field should have been able to scoop and pick up the ball. But the most athletic nigga on the field shouldn't have thrown that. Oh God. I'm sorry. That's
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
this is what I'm
crazy.
talking about, bro. Like 17. He like, oh my gosh, bro. I like Josh Allen, just so we are clear. I just don't like the coddling that the media does for him, especially in comparison to Lamar Jackson. Like
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is putting the team on his back every which way. They keep moving the goalposts, all because they got it wrong when he got drafted. Oh, he should be a running back. Okay, well, he's a quarterback. He's a two-time MVP at quarterback. Oh, well, he needs to throw from the pocket more. Bet. The very next season, he throws
doing
a
it.
career high from the pocket. Well, maybe he needs to do this, he needs to do that. Okay. But Josh Allen got James Cook back there running for 200 yards every other game. But when the Bills win, it's always Josh Allen. When the Bills lose, he doesn't have enough help. James Cook went for 300 all-purpose yards. I'm exaggerating. That's just how productive James Cook has been. But James Cook is going for 300 all-purpose yards, and nowhere in the narrative, if the Bills win, is James Cook in the conversation. But you just watched that clip.
Yeah, that was
He
crazy.
fumbled, the most egregious fumble. And he had like 4 turnovers that game, 3 of them being interceptions.
That and for context, go ahead, D. Go ahead.
Well, to your point too, Dame, James Cook has all those all-purpose yards, the 200-yard game, and basically Josh Allen is still the person that they praise for the win. Now, when Lamar had the same thing with Derrick Henry the season before, it was, oh, well, he had Derrick Henry. That's why they're winning so much. It was never, oh, well, it's because of Lamar. Now, if you look at receiver-wise, they both have basically the same quality receivers. They don't have no big names. They just have good tight ends and they have a good running back. So it's a lot of comparables. Strong defense. So I agree with you. I don't know why there's so much hate against Lamar when he's proven everybody wrong. I mean, he came out of a small school, kind of basically too, just like Josh Allen, Wyoming, so smaller. But Louisville was no powerhouse back when they first came in, like when he came in. I think part of his time they were part of the Big East, if I'm not mistaken.
They were.
No, they were ACC when
They're
he
ACC?
came in.
They switched
Okay.
over.
When he came in. Yep.
Okay, so but even still, that was a small ACC team because they had just joined in the ACC, if I'm not mistaken. Then, so
He went toe to toe with Clemson
That's
Yeah.
and
what I'm
Florida
saying,
State twice. Yeah.
but they weren't a powerhouse. Like Louisville didn't have those athletes like Clemson did, and like how
They weren't
they
a
were
highly
considered more
recruited
like
ACC team.
yeah, they were like a Duke, like in football, not like one of those powerhouse ACC teams.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's even made it this far, and then had this much production, and then he still gets kind of shitted on is crazy to me.
I just think it's the way he carries his quarterback position. I think he carries it like a nigga. Like, if I'm being honest with you, he reminds me of a real Florida nigga. You ever see that video where they saw him outside at the he was at like a food truck like 3 a.m, fried, big ass plates of fish. Like, he's just a nigga, bro. And he doesn't fit the standard of what they want for quarterback. And it's kind of sad because the game where they lost to the Steelers, which I don't know how the fuck they lost to the Steelers, but in the game where they lost to the Steelers, he did everything right, from having to score with no time on the clock to scoring again after they scored. It was such a crazy game, and for that to be overshadowed by the dumbass kick, whatever the case was. But my whole point is I think there's a certain type of quarterback that the media likes, and there's a certain one that they don't. Josh Allen he's like their Tom Brady on steroids. And like he gives them that feel. He's like Captain America to the people that want to see that type of quarterback. But statistically, he's not better than Lamar Jackson. The year that he won the MVP, he shouldn't have won. Lamar Jackson had better stats in every category, but that was like a sympathy vote MVP. So you could kind of tell that they've been trying to make him the face of the league. But the problem is you have Patrick Mahomes, you have Josh Allen, and then you have Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen is like here compared to the two, and Lamar Jackson will never be the face of the NFL. One, because just of how he represents himself. Two, because of how he represents himself. He doesn't have an agent. His mom's his agent. I remember when that news broke, they were killing him for it. Well, his mother shouldn't be his agent. He should talk to his and then he goes and becomes the highest paid quarterback. So it's just like the way he's doing things is so unorthodox in a manner that he wants to do them that it's very hard to accept. And also, the OTA thing, which we were talking about earlier, if it is voluntary for him to show up and your offensive coordinator and your head coaches are calling you out as the two-time MVP, telling you that, Lamar Jackson needs to be here, Lamar Jackson don't need to do shit. Y'all need to get the team under one accord, because what's going to happen is Lamar's going to come in and he's plug and play. So to make it seem like he's the problem is like this new narrative. It's not new. It's been an age-old thing, but it's just very frustrating to see because you know exactly what it is. Which reminds me of the next topic that I had, which I wanted to briefly touch on, and then we can move forward, was the Jalen Hurts criticism. So there was an article that dropped on ESPN, and this one's on Yahoo here, but there's an article that dropped on ESPN, and it talks about how Jalen Hurts was getting he was being harshly criticized. So basically this article is saying how Jalen Hurts he's not the leader that you think. He has poor body language. Right here. This is the part that killed me. Not the most coachable, and players notice, one of the team sources said. So my thing is this, right? It's a whole Jalen Hurts slander campaign. And I want to hear what y'all think about this. But you're telling me that he's not coachable. He has poor body language. Nigga, if I worked at a job and every single year my boss changed for 10 years straight, I would have poor body language as well. Because I would know at times, not even all the time, I would know what a good leader looks like, and I would know what not a good leader looks like. Also, most of these NFL players, NFL quarterbacks, they have a offensive coordinator and a head coach that works with them step in step, and they grow. He's had a different offensive coordinator since he's been in the league every single year. He's won a Super Bowl. He was a Super Bowl MVP. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes. My thing is this. The year that he don't win or the year that they underachieve, people, because we don't even know who the team sources are, they're just shooting at him, right? They're shooting at him. Jalen Hurts. Nobody knows who it is. And this is a Philly thing because it's the same shit they did to Donovan McNabb, and they ran his ass out of Philly because he was underperforming, but it was one of the best quarterbacks that they had regardless, and that was after he went to the Super Bowl. And they lost, and Terrell Owens was playing on like his fucking last leg. So I hope, to end my rant, I hope that if in years from now Jalen Hurts goes to a different team, I would hope he would be able to go somewhere where he can be in a system that they can consistently grow with him. Because if he's able to do this with 10 different offensive coordinators, imagine what he would be able to do with Andy Reid. Imagine what he'd been able to do with Eric Bieniemy. Imagine what he'd be able to do with fucking Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan. Just imagine what he'd be able to do with these other coaches if he had the consistency across the board. I don't know how you're uncoachable or you have poor body language and you're uncoachable if you're able to do those things. And they're trying to say that him calling the 4 verticals at the end of that Eagles game was his decision to make. I don't know if it's true or not. If it is true, that's dumb as hell, but I digress.
Damn, you want it or you?
I'm trying to figure out because we know it. I'm not gonna say the quiet part out loud. We know
Right.
it. We know what the criticism is about and their
Right.
motivation for it. But I was thinking about his journey from college to now. He won the championship at Bama just to get benched the following year for
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua. And
Concussion.
then,
Boy.
at the expense of my Georgia Bulldogs, the throw to DeVonte Smith on second or whatever the fuck that was in overtime to win the game. And so Jalen Hurts goes to Oklahoma, ends up being works with Lincoln Riley, I think. Ends up being a Heisman finalist.
Yep.
Still has all the criticism. He gets drafted, and then we already know the rest. He's here now, right? And who did he replace? Was it Carson Wentz or?
It was Carson Wentz. Yep.
Carson Wentz? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we're used to that adversity. And to your point, right? If I got to go to work and every year my boss change, I'm going to be annoyed too. I'm going to have this resting bitch face too. And then on top of that, I'm the captain of this team. I'm the captain of this ship.
Right.
And all my bitch ass coworkers keep complaining about God knows what.
Right.
Every time. Because I didn't look your way. Shorty swing my way, head ass niggas. Like, bro.
And he threw it to him in the game. Yo.
And he kept dropping it. Dog. He kept dropping the ball like bad habits and then going back to the huddle talking about some my bad. Yeah, it is your bad, nigga.
Nah, nigga,
like,
we
it's
gotta
your
square
bad.
up.
Nah, fuck you, dog. Let's
we
fight.
Gotta square up.
Nah,
we gotta
I
square
hate
up.
you, nigga. Let's die.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Dead ass, bro. Dead ass, bro.
On them books that he was reading.
If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Exactly, bro. Like, now, I'm not even an Eagles fan, bro. I hate Philly fans, but I'm also about being objective. Now, you just made me think of that shit, bro. You were dropping balls, bro, like bad habits, dog. like bad cell phone reception. After bitching in the media for weeks on end, like, oh, give me the ball. And I think I tweeted about this shit too. Like, bro, you was wide open. You was wide open. And you was open like Waffle House. And you dropped it. You dropped the ball, bro.
Not only did he drop it, but that was the first down. That was the play that would have got them the first down to keep the ball moving. And I think it was on third, and it was on fourth, and he dropped it. And I don't want to hear shit about that nigga. I hope he goes to the bottom of the fucking barrel. Like that was the moment where I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like
send him
like
to Cleveland, bro.
Yeah,
send that receiver to Cleveland.
Send him to Arizona. Send him to Arizona.
Yeah, send him to rot somewhere. I'll say this thing and I'll let you go, D. But now I'm passionate about this because this made me mad all over again. And I'm not even an Eagles fan, but yeah, if I'm at work and I get a new boss every fiscal quarter, all my coworkers keep bitching about everything under the sun. After I keep telling y'all I got y'all, and you're coming to me every day talking about some, hey bro, like let me drive the ship, bro. And then I give you a chance and you still no, get out my face. Get out my face. Absolutely I'm gonna be uncoachable, bro. Ain't shit funny over here, bro. Like I'm gonna smack the shit out of all y'all on my lunch break. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be in the break room at my job now trying to eat, and then everybody talking about some, ooh, what's that? Ooh, how about this? This is the idea I got. Get out my face, bro. I feel you, Jalen Hurts. Get out my face, dog. Yes, I got an RBF. I actually had to tell somebody, I was like, hey, don't be alarmed. This is just my face. Somebody had asked me one day at work, like, you seem like you tired of everything. I'm like, because I am. I'm tired of all this shit. Do you need a hug? No, I don't. I need y'all to stop asking me dumbass questions, bro. I'll say this. I'm sorry, D. I'll say this one last thing, then the floor is yours. But I have said to many people, parents, friends, girlfriends, that I think that I am smart, but I should not be smarter. I should not be so smart that there are this many people dumber than me. That's how I feel every day. And I'm pretty sure that's why Jalen Hurts be so fed up. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same deal. Are you living a dream or are you living a nightmare? Because that's what I say.
Nightmares are dreams too.
Right.
Yeah. I live one every day. So.
Hey, bro, anybody who ever says I'm living a dream, get that man some professional help.
Yeah, because ain't no way, bro. There's too much shit going on in the world. Now, with this Jalen Hurts thing, nobody wants to say that part. Nobody wants to say the quiet part out loud. But, I mean, if I have to, I will. Obviously, the NFL don't like quarterbacks that are black that have swag to them. I mean, even so much where, I mean, everybody says, oh, well, you got Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is, I ain't trying to shame.
I'll say the quiet out part out loud for you. Patrick Mahomes, his wife said his favorite food was fried chicken, and that is not his favorite food. So
he said it's Mexican.
It's Mexican food. So if we have to know how we feel about this gentleman, bro, carry on, please.
All right. I ain't know about that fried chicken shit. That's
but
different.
that's the quiet part out loud. Is your wife is, if you ask your wife what's your favorite, if you say, hey, what's my favorite food, and she tell you some shit that ain't no shit that you like that, nigga, the juice is off. You don't got no juice. Yeah. My wife should be able to tell me what I like to eat, and she should fucking know. So that tells me that nigga is like, I don't know what's going on. He's just not. I bet you if you ask Jalen Hurts' wife that question, or Lamar, or all these niggas, I'm sure they would. It's just a different type of juice.
And that's my point. Any quarterback that have swag, whether it was Donovan McNabb, whether it was Michael Vick, whether it's Cam Newton, like you list out the like historically black quarterbacks that were like actually of quality.
Yeah.
They shame every single one of them. Like there's always something bad about every single one of those quarterbacks. I mean, black by association to me, Baker Mayfield, they kind of shame him too. But like what I'm saying is, yeah, like any.
Sorry, y'all couldn't see my face. I'm sorry, y'all couldn't see my face.
They let him do that Dougie shit until he couldn't be. He wasn't good. He was doing that cultural appropriation shit until he was just a fucking headache. The same thing with Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel, yeah. But that one's different. Baker Mayfield has that grit and he has swag to him. The NFL does not like that. They want somebody like a Drake May. Like somebody that basically just like a
old square ass niggas.
Yeah, like the shut up and dribble type of deal.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
Des Bryant ass niggas.
yeah, like Brock Purdy.
Insane, Trey.
But you,
I know
But the-
exactly
but
what
the-
you're talking about.
but the Brock Purdy's and shit like that, these are held as some of the top quarterbacks. You're telling me Jalen Hurts isn't one of the top quarterbacks, or you want to slander him for what? Just winning a Super Bowl a year ago? I mean, I get it. It's Philly, so Philly outlets are a little rough on their teams. They expect excellence all the time. Even though out of the Sixers, they'll never get that shit. So, I'm just. I'm at a
DeVonte,
loss
they were talking about is Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback after winning the Super Bowl? They were also talking about is he fit to be the quarterback for the Eagles the same summer after they won the Super Bowl. That shit is so crazy to me.
Well, yeah, the wild part about this is, one, look at the fucking play calling. The play calling is garbage, to be honest. Like, this shit is so all over the place. I mean, weren't they calling for Nick Sirianni's job at one point? Saying
Every year.
that he's the problem? You know what I mean? So how are you blaming a quarterback? And then the quarterback, to be honest, you said the 4 Hail Mary, like the 4 routes that's all Hail Mary. That's a quarterback's fucking job, is to audible what he sees in the coverage. So you can misread it, whatever. Is Tom Brady going to get that same criticism?
Scrutiny?
Is Josh Allen
No.
going to get that same? Patrick Mahomes wouldn't get that same criticism. But any quarterback that has some type of swag, they want to like downplay. To me, to be honest, you have Justin Herbert that they say is like all godly, greatest arm, blah blah blah. I would rather have fucking
Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I would rather have Jalen Hurts. I mean, this is a guy who's won in the playoff, who actually took his team to a Super Bowl, led them. They're both game managers. The shit doesn't make any sense. Like, just because, I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, just because.
Let it out. Let it out.
Just because you're a black quarterback doesn't mean you can't succeed. I mean, they do this shit all the fucking time. With Warren Moon, it was kind of the same thing. Like they're always Steve McNair. Same deal. They
rest in
find
peace.
something. They always find something.
Dante
to
Culpepper.
shame.
Damn.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Shaming a black. Yeah, you
Aaron Brooks. Quincy Carter.
All right, I'm not gonna let you put Aaron Brooks in the same conversation because Dwayne Carter Jr. himself
Smith.
said, "No, hold on. I'm gonna get this one bar off." Because Wayne himself said, "You in the way, you can't pass like Aaron Brooks."
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna let you put Aaron Brooks in that same conversation. I'm sorry.
That's
can't.
valid. That's valid. That's valid.
Nah, but in all honesty, like, even look at Cam Newton. Shamed him. He took his team. His team was like fucking 15-1 at one point.
Russell Wilson is the most recent one.
No.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
We do not-
I don't give a
no.
Yo, listen,
He's the most recent one. What?
The most recent black quarter. Well, not
He's
most
black.
recent because it's Jalen. No, it's Jalen
Yeah, no,
Hurts.
he's
But
black.
I'm saying
just
he's the
ass.
most. I'm saying no, bro. Listen, yo, like when
In
he
his
went,
prime,
bro,
he
they
was
treated-
really
when-
dangerous, Wilson, bro.
when he
in his
went-
prime.
When he went to the Broncos and Sean Payton got there, they treated him like pure dog shit, bro.
Yes.
Like, they treated him like he was scum of the earth, like, for wanting his own private shit. I'm sure plenty of these niggas had their own private shit, and even if they didn't, he earned the opportunity to do that, especially because he went to the stank-ass Broncos at that time. They weren't good. The only thing they had was a defense. They couldn't find a quarterback for years. They couldn't find a running back, and they didn't have no receivers, so they was treating him. Sean Payton got there treating him like he was scum of the earth. So it's just like, yo, and he don't got no swag. Huh?
It's Sean Payton.
Sean Payton's a mob boss, but
It's Sean Payton. So he treats everybody like they're nothing. So
Yeah.
mean,
he's scum of the earth too. I feel you.
I hear you. I hear you. To me, he played bad towards the end of his career. Was he all right in the beginning? Yeah. He's a system quarterback though. But he all these star quarterbacks, like the Jalen Hurts, like the Lamar Jacksons. I mean, list any black quarterback right now. The media has a problem with every single fucking one of them.
Kyler Murray. Yeah, that's a strong
Kyler
point.
Murray is a different. He's a different circumstance.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
But does he take? He's always just randomly hurt. So like them having.
So is Lamar.
No, yeah, but not in the same way. You know, the Call of Duty gets released, and all of a sudden this dude's out. That's
Yeah.
I was waiting on you to bring that up,
but you get what I'm saying.
Yo, but that's a nasty
different.
that's a nasty narrative because like, dog, he might not be as studied as everyone else, but he's another black quarterback that has won on every single level he's played on. He's won something. He's won something of significance. So to go to the bum ass Cardinals, nigga, with a bum ass coach, no running. Well, they got James Conner, but he started getting hurt. Nigga, they had no line. They had no line. And then for a while he was thrown to who until Marvin Harrison got there. And the year that he actually played, Marvin Harrison was he's always hurt. His first year he was ass. Like he was garbage his first year. He couldn't catch anything. We didn't even know his last name was Harrison the way he was playing. He was playing terrible. He was playing fucking terrible.
Let me.
But that's a good point though. Close us out on this.
All right, so just to end this, if you're black and you have swag, it's a problem. If you're black and you're quiet and you don't really like talking either, it's still a fucking problem. So it doesn't matter what you do. To be honest, any quarterback like the Kyler Murray, he's a quiet dude. He kind of keeps to himself, and he's still a problem for anybody. Right now, teams don't even know if they want this dude, and he has talent. You know what I mean?
He's on the Vikings.
Size, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, somebody should have signed that dude a while ago. I mean, you're talking literally about like. What's the quarterback that fucking that the Cowboys had took for a little bit? He's on the Chargers now.
Oh please! Oh, Trey Lance, you talking about?
Yeah. So Trey Lance or Kyler Murray, and then they try to say, oh well, Trey Lance bigger stature, blah blah blah. But then you have people like Drew Brees that was smaller in stature, and they wasn't complaining about that shit. Like it's always something with the black quarterback, and I don't understand what the hate is when the game is evolving. And to be honest, there ain't no purebreds anyways anymore. The world is fucking mixed, period. So
the world is dual
people
threat.
Got to get over that shit. Yeah, I mean, it can't be the way that it was in the 1900s. Everything switches.
When the NFL season starts, you guys are gonna feel my full hate for Caleb Williams.
I forgot to mention him.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know. Anyways, quick 30 seconds. A name and why. Which quarterback do you think will never reach a Super Bowl? Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, or Justin Herbert? Quick.
Josh Allen, because I will be praying right after the Serenity Prayer. I'm gonna be making sure that Josh Allen never makes the Super Bowl. So. Drew McIntyre, because I'm a WWE fan for those who are listening, one of the greatest things he has ever said in a promo was to CM Punk or Seth Rollins, I can't remember who, but he said, I prayed for this and it happened. And he was talking about somebody's downfall. So, yep.
I got Jordan Love. I don't think he's gonna make a Super Bowl. He's like a deer in fucking headlights when the bright lights is on. I hate the way he sits back like this. And then
when he does that, you know it's a dot. It's a dot. When he does that, it's a dot.
When he does that, you know it's a fucking pick. All right, it's a pick is on its way because he was doing that shit at the end of the Chicago game and it was up and he was like this. Pick. So I think it's Jordan. I think it's Jordan Love. I got Jordan Love, man.
All right. I mean, I hate to say this just because you threw him in there, and I was pissed off when you put that in the group chat. It's just
he's not gonna say it.
You gotta give me that shit. It's Justin Herbert. It's Justin.
I knew he was gonna say it. Damn.
It's Justin Herbert. Look. When you guys just listed the top quarterbacks of the AFC, did you have Justin Herbert in there? No. You said you got to go through 8, 17, or 15. We have to face 15 twice.
Yeah.
8, you got to go through. You're facing one of them in a conference championship. My guy can't even win a fucking playoff game. To be honest, he chokes in the playoffs. And then what's going to happen, and I have a bad feeling about this because Chargers are historically known for this shit, is the quarterback is going to go somewhere else.
Oh! That's the panic. That's the panic. That's the panic. Hold on. I was trying to get my panic button ready. Hold on. Here we go. Oh! All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm not panicking so much this year because it is what it is. But this dude's going to wind up going somewhere else, to be honest. If the Chargers keep doing the same shit that they're doing and not protecting this dude, he's going to be like a Drew Brees, go somewhere else and win a Super Bowl. Or like take Rodney Harrison, Junior Seau. All the like great Chargers went somewhere and won some. Yeah, they all went somewhere else and won. So out of all those guys, Jordan Love has the best shot because he's NFC. He doesn't have to face those other two dudes. And the NFC is always up in the air who's going to be the great quarterback. The AFC is locked down right now with just top-tier quarterbacks. So he's probably the guy, to be honest.
And Kirkio's in there too. So we're gonna go to the next not so happy topic. We'll keep this one a little bit. We'll keep it kind of short. The premise of it, though, is going to be based around college sports and NIL. We kind of covered that, so we don't have to do it again. But D, would you like to speak about the young man Dominic Powder? Excuse me, Colorado quarterback Dominic Ponders. Yeah.
So basically, Dominic Ponders had high blood alcohol content, I believe, and got into a fatal crash. He was a 3-star quarterback, transferred a couple times, was supposed to be something big at Colorado until they wind up getting out of the transfer portal another quarterback that wound up taking a job. I mean, this kind of goes back into this NIL and these kids just being out of control and being able to do whatever they want. Ties into a couple things with the NFL too. You know, rest in peace, obviously, because you don't want to see anybody lose their life, especially somebody that young with a promising future. But, there has to be some type of regulation on these kids, man, because it's out of control. Whether it's with these athletes who just get broadcasted when something like this happens, or just in general, like, the world's becoming a scary place, especially for those who's raising kids and everything. Shit is wild out here. I mean, like I said, very promising for your future. I think he went to Bethune-Cookman and then transferred over. He redshirted there, if I'm not mistaken. And then he transferred over to Colorado, played in like one game, couple snaps, and then he was supposed to be the next up-and-coming thing before they wound up getting that transfer.
They said he, this show wasn't around in March, so just to kind of give a little bit of backstory. They said he was killed earlier, March 1st, when he lost control on a curve, hit a guardrail that his car was driving. He was driving a 2023 Tesla and struck an electrical line pole and rolled down an embankment. His blood alcohol level was 0.167. The limit is 0.08. So he was impaired. Very, very, very sad story to hear. Kind of ties into the next young man where so before we move on from that, we would like to say rest in peace to him and thoughts and prayers to his family. And then that kind of piggybacks off of something you mentioned earlier about Henry Ruggs III. He's eligible for parole August 5th. In the chat you said you were wondering to see who or where he would go or potentially what could happen. Do you think he would actually be able to be picked up on a team? Like, do you think a team would touch him? Pause.
Absolutely. And just for context, God damn, man. to be honest with you, though, like, in all honesty, like, I'm going to make this note in here, too. Blood alcohol content is 0.08, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So for these athletes, it should be 0.04. That's what a truck driver is held to, is a higher standard because they have a CDL. These kids should be kind of held to the same deal, especially these athletes, because they have all the money, they have the power, they think they can do what they want. It's kind of the same thing as holding a CDL where you are king of the road. This is your license. This is your job. You're held to the utmost. So I think these college athletes and athletes in general should be held to like a 0.04 and have them at least a little more responsible than what they are. But to the Henry Ruggs, yes, I think somebody would take him. We've seen it in the past with the Dante Stallworth, like I was saying. There was also a guy named Leonard Little. He played for St. Louis Rams, wound up winning. I don't know if he won a championship or he was like all pro one of the years and was selected to a Pro Bowl. But we've seen this before. I mean, it's.
He killed somebody?
Guys, Leonard Little?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of these guys. That's what I was saying. Like, when we were talking in the chat earlier before, I was telling you how, like, about every 10 years, it's always the NFL only that has some story like this where, you know, you have a DUI fatality, basically. You had it in 2009 with, who was the gentleman? Dante Stallworth. Killed the pedestrian Mario Reyes, rest in peace. Blood alcohol content of 0.126.
Holy shit.
And then they basically gave him 24 days in jail. Then they had him on house arrest, probation, and then he was suspended by the NFL and later returned to play for multiple teams and had a successful career. Then you had Leonard Little, who was fucking outrageous. His blood alcohol content when he killed a woman was 0.19, which is higher than any of these dudes.
Jesus.
He served 90 days. 90 days in jail, probation, community service, and then later returned to the NFL to make it to a Pro Bowl.
What team he play for?
St. Louis Rams.
Yeah.
So I mean, you consider the facts. I mean, I'm pretty sure Josh Jacobs was actually the one. If you look it up, Josh Jacobs was the one that had been lobbying for him with the other teams.
Josh Jacobs who?
Josh Jacobs.
Packers Josh Jacobs?
Yeah.
Because they all went to the same school?
Yeah, they played
Josh
together.
Jacobs, you got to leave that alone, my boy.
And he graduated. Apparently, Ruggs graduated with a 4.0 from prison, like from the University of Alabama, which I don't even understand that. So
he graduated a 4.0 from PU, PU by AU.
No. Yeah, he was taking classes for Alabama, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
He graduated, didn't he?
How that's a thing. So, I mean, do I think it's possible for a team to take him? Yes. He got 3 to 10 years. He's eligible for parole. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. But once again, you got a person that died. I mean, do I believe in second chances? Yes. But those people that pass away don't get a second chance. I don't know how this one's going to be handled. But there will be some team that's just thirsty for a win that'll take it.
I don't think it'll be in the NFL because I think he killed the lady and he killed the child. A dog. It was a dog. Oh yeah, the NFL don't play with dogs, bro. We saw what they did to Mike Vick.
And Mike Vick came back.
Yeah, he was fighting. It's a difference.
No, the dogs were.
And Mike Vick was a high commodity. Mike Vick was a hot commodity and a hot name. Henry Ruggs shit happened before he even played in the NFL, so it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind for me. I wouldn't bring him in as a team because the first thing you're gonna have to do at every single press conference until God knows when you're gonna have to answer these questions. Why did you feel like? How does the family feel? Like it's just bad for business. I hope he gets a second chance, but like a nigga like him. Go to the UFL, tear it up. You know what I'm saying? And then become a success story. And then maybe in 10 years from now, when you're like 33, you get your one shot in the NFL. And then you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like a Disney movie at that point. But, Dane, what do you got for us, buddy? What do you think?
Yeah, somebody will take him. Ironically, it will be the team that let him go. Because, you know, it's the Wild West. The Raiders. Secondly, Mike Vick, he at least had good people in his corner. I mean, Tony Dungy was vouching for him. Yeah. So that's why he was able to get in with the Eagles and Andy Reid. He did his work with with PETA and the Humane Society, and they were like, all right, okay, we vouch for you too. So it was a lot of moving pieces behind the scene that allowed Mike Vick to really come back into the league. I don't know if Henry Ruggs has that support the way that Mike Vick did. And Mike Vick was pretty much God's gift to earth at that point. Their receivers are a dime a dozen.
Right.
They're not Mike Vick. Mike Vick was a somewhat prototype.
Yeah.
No, he was a prototype. They had a whole fucking remember that ESPN commercial?
Oh yeah, the
that
actual,
was my
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my shit. Where you could beat
Well,
Michael Vick through the simulation. That was hard.
Well, and I say somewhat of a prototype simply because I mean there were mobile quarterbacks before him, so I don't want to take credit for those who came before Mike Vick. It's just that Mike Vick took it and ran with it. So
Yeah.
I don't want to forget Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham and those guys
Right.
alike, you know, because now we're comparing everybody to Mike Vick, but don't want to forget the people who came before Mike Vick. That's all.
Fair
That's all I
enough. All right. That was a nice topic, gentlemen. That was very important. So I guess the over-encompassing message is don't drink and drive. Literally, you could ruin somebody's life. So to end on a lighter note, we're gonna start a new segment called "What the Tuck Is This?" And it's just the clips. I'm gonna see which ones are really firing it off with you guys, and then we'll end the show with our 30 seconds of love, and then we'll get out of here. So, this segment is 15 minutes of what the tuck is this, and I'm also thinking, Dame, this is like behind. I guess this is like breaking the fourth wall, but I don't see how we're gonna get this under a minute. I mean, under an hour. I don't see it.
No, you're good.
I'm trying.
We'll figure it out next time. It's okay.
Anyways, just figured I'd let you know. But all right, so here we go. First things up. All right, so gentlemen, for editing purposes, I want to pull this up, and I want you guys to give me your reaction. So this video here is a clip of Mr. Deontay Wilder, and he's discussing how and remember, these are all sports-related topics. He's discussing how his baby mother set him up, and just get a taste of this and then let me know what you guys think.
Well, her mother didn't. Her mother tried to set me up to have the baby. You know, she ejected my sperm in her and ran in the bathroom and locked the door. And that's how we had her.
Really?
Yeah. She don't even know I know this.
Wow.
But I'm telling it to the world.
How do you know that?
I'm smart. You know, when I came, I used to come on her stomach. Fold my towel nicely by the bed because I would want to wipe it off of her stomach. This particular time, she chose that she wanted to have a baby by me because I was the best thing that ever came into her life. Most of her relationships only last for 2 months or whatever because she was a promiscuous woman. I didn't know it at the time. I only found out this thing by reading her journal. She didn't know that I read her journal either. I did what I do. I had a good nut, and I nutted on her stomach. This time, I went and got the towel and tried to wipe it off, and she hit my hand so hard, I thought she hit my hand like a home run, like a baseball player do a baseball bat. But she screamed, "No!" as if she was being raped. She got up so quickly and ran into the bathroom and locked the door. 2 weeks later, she was pregnant with my daughter.
All right, gentlemen.
Hey man, this is a scene out of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and you cannot convince me otherwise. That's what this is. Secondly, this is like that episode of The Game where old girl was trying to hit Durham with that turkey baster, bro. This is.
I remember that.
That's what this is, bro. I can't. He's living up to his last name. It's a wild boy. So.
Wilder.
It's on you, D. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing right now? Like, this is wild work, y'all. We on national TV talking like this? Yeah, I nutted on her stomach. I keep a nice towel for her. What? Yeah, I ain't got nothing for this shit. This is wild.
I don't think that's how babies are made. I was always told like once it leaves, it's yeah, I mean, but whatever. Anyways, that was my. Well, I know you can package it and bag it. I mean, clearly to him, but
no, it's from the stork, my boy. What you talking about?
According to this nigga, Deontay Wilder, what a fucking idiot. Anyways, all right, my next one for you guys, what I got is here. So this is quick news. So there's been reports, everyone kind of knows, well, not everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, but in the sports world, people know that Giannis has been having issues with the Milwaukee Bucks. They didn't want him to play. He wanted to play. They sat him out, so he's kind of been rebelling and shit like this. So news leak today with our boy Sham Charania talking about the relationship between Doc Rivers and the team. Want to know how it goes? Take a listen.
It was a game of a back-to-back against the Boston Celtics. Doc Rivers called for a team meeting that day. And the day of the game, this team meeting, my understanding is in that meeting, Doc Rivers implored his team, according to 6 people in the room, to look at my resume and, quote, Google me. I took teams to the playoffs and championship that weren't supposed to be there. I thought this was one of them. That was not well received internally. And that was just another example.
Trey is laughing because y'all can't see my face. 'Cause I was listening. And it looked like I'm about to have food poisoning. That, like, I got the stomach virus look. That's what my face looks like. Because ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. You mean Google me? You mean ain't you the dude who got like 4 3-1 blown deficits? Like, first of all, you sound like you need more water than I have in my cup right now. Every time you speak, bro. Google you. Man, I'm about to look at all your failures. All those blown 20-point leads, all those blown 3-1 series leads, and then you probably looked them dead in their face and was like, "Oh no, not that part. Keep scrolling." What's left?
I think Doc Rivers, I think he, you know the saying, like, when it's time to get out, like, of whatever it is, like, I don't think he took that message. How do you feel about that, D? Jesus.
Same deal. I mean, everywhere he's been going lately has been the same thing. And there's a reason why Kevin Garnett said anything is possible. Because he's right. They wasn't supposed to win that. Anything is possible. No, to be honest, I mean, this dude should have.
Oh, shit.
It was the same thing with his son. Wasn't there a problem when his
Austin.
son was on the Clippers? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody was complaining about that. It's time to cut the cord. I think now he should get off the pot.
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
I think his only championship is that one Celtics one, right?
Yep.
Yes.
He milking it like he milking it like a Chick-fil-A mascot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he milking it like a Chick-fil-A mascot. That's what he's doing. So
didn't he go back and he wind up losing again to the Lakers right after that, right?
They lost the next
2 years later.
Yeah, or 2 years later, you said, right?
They had their big 3 at that point, and the league wasn't really set up for that at that point. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. This dude be wilding now. I mean, you see players like that.
Google me, yo. And if we're being honest, when Mike Budenholzer was there and they fired him for Andre Dayton, what happened?
Time out, my boy. Nigga, what the fuck is we Googling? You holding a clipboard walking up and down the fucking court? Like, I'm trying to figure this shit out, to be honest. Like, what exactly are we Googling?
He has
Hold on. I Googled him. That is the picture.
This shit is crazy, yo.
That is the picture. Because that's the same face I made. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's exactly the face that he's making when I Googled him, guys.
What are you talking about?
Yo,
Google me.
Yeah, Google me. Watch me call this play. What? Like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? He act like he out here scoring baskets or something.
I forgot he coached the Sixers. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Yo, he coached the
all
Sixers.
The players.
Yeah, he coached the Sixers, the Clippers, and the Bucks, right? And the Celtics.
Yep.
The Suns? Did he coach? No, he didn't coach the Suns.
I don't think so.
Nah, Monty was at the Suns at that point.
Yeah, Monty was at the Suns. But I think the Bucks, and just kind of over encompassing, I think the Bucks fucked up when they let Mike Budenholzer go. And it was like, I think he wanted to, I forgot the full report. Maybe you remember it, guys, but there was like a death in his family, and he wanted to go visit. It might have been his brother or somebody. Don't quote me on it. But the Bucks told him no. And then that kind of drew tension between him and the team. And then that following summer, they fired him. They hired Adrian Dantley. I don't know his last name, but they hired another black coach. And he was doing actually really well. And this is where I have to pause this, because part of this is Giannis's fault as well. They fired that coach because he was trying to build the roster, and he said niggas like the Nassus don't have no room on his team, and Giannis got him fired. And then insert Doc Rivers. The Nassus then the next year isn't even on the team, and now here we are. So I think a part of this is Giannis's fault. He poorly mismanaged when they had a good coach outside of Mike Budenholzer, and they fired Mike Budenholzer, I think, the year after they won.
After a championship, yeah.
Yeah.
A year or two, yeah. Also, I just thought about it. He just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. So, of course, he's going to be like, Google me. Of course, he's going to be like, Google me. Like, but I literally just Googled that man. That wasn't the first thing that popped up. It wasn't even the first 6 things that popped up.
And Amari Stoudemire is a Hall of Fame NBA player. Give me a fucking break. They letting it. But Robert Horry isn't? Okay.
I don't know. The whole thing is a little weird because have the Bucks made the playoffs since he's been a coach? Aren't they always on the bottom?
They made it. They made the playoffs, but they don't. They don't do shit. Yeah, they don't do shit. Since Doc Rivers has gotten there, they haven't done shit.
It's the same thing he did with the Lakers.
Nigga, he had Dame Lillard.
Clippers.
The Clippers, yeah.
What did I say?
Lakers.
Oh, that's what I meant. Clippers. When he had the
Dame
Clippers and he had
Dame
Chris
gonna let you
Paul
know.
and all, yeah, like, come on. Man. Yeah, I know. They've been checking me on everything. Thanks, Jeeves.
Hey, y'all checked me on episode 1 when I said Mike McDonald instead of Clint Kubiak. So turnabout is fair play, all right?
No. Hey, it's all fair. You're making me look better than what I need to be looking. No,
all right, so I'm gonna close it out with this final clip. This one I thought was just funny, has nothing to do with sports at all. So let's watch it. Because I figured maybe you guys heard of the other shit, but you definitely didn't see this shit.
Sorry, we're closed.
The sign said y'all close at 10. Look, I'm hungry.
My boss, he's making me close up for the night.
And I said I'm hungry. And while you at it, I took everything you got ready. Sit down right there.
He goes to 619. Oh! Yeah, that's awesome. Did you just see?
Where'd you learn that?
On TV?
You be the most randomest shit, yo.
I think Trey put this one on here specifically for me, the resident wrestling fan. Now the hilarious part is I saw the first half of this video, and then when you get on Twitter, it just refreshes the timeline randomly. So I never found it again. So I didn't make it to the 619 part. So that is hilarious to me, bro. Hey man. Shout out to Rey Mysterio, the second best Mysterio in his family. But
excuse me, nigga, who's the first?
His son, Dominic.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's part of the trolling, my nigga. Don't fall for the bait. Don't fall for the bait, my nigga. Yeah. Don't fall for it. This nigga got offended for real, bro.
Yeah, listen, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. Who else was my niggas back then? Well, I would say his name, but he's not here. Edge.
Neither is Eddie Guerrero.
No. I was not Eddie Guerrero. Well, yes, but Eddie Guerrero's. There's a nigga. I was a fan.
I was about to say, like, please don't say it. Yep, that's what you can say. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He always seemed intense,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna touch that one. It's okay. I'm going to go to MC Hammer out. Can't touch this. But nonetheless.
Oh, shit. Right,
doing a 619 in the middle of a restaurant is crazy. But
because what the fuck did she grab on to do that?
That's what I'm saying. In the middle of a diner is crazy, bro. But there are just some wrestling moves where it's just like, okay, it makes sense in the middle of a street fight, like a spear, maybe a white noise. maybe a Sweet Chin Music. But if a nigga hit you with a frog splash or a tombstone power driver, bro, like it's time to wrap it up, bro.
That was who did the Shawn Michael, what's his name?
The Sweet Chin Music, yeah.
Yeah, that was my shit. That was my shit.
Yeah, like imagine somebody hitting you with a super kick, Sweet Chin Music in person. Like you, just go to sleep.
Damn.
It's okay.
My
It's
whole
okay,
thing
bro.
is, where the fuck this manager come from? He ain't hear this whole commotion at the beginning. This dude come out at the end and it's like, oh, what happened? How did this happen?
That nigga said, "Where did you learn that move?"
My boy should have hit him with the Rakishi.
Come on now. Nah, bro. Nah, you should have hit that man with an RKO out of nowhere. First of all, now I'm mad just thinking about it, y'all. Because what do you mean you don't know what a 619 is?
Yeah.
My girl got mad at me for knowing where San Diego's area code was, all because I watch wrestling.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
619.
Like, exactly. That's the only reason I know San Diego's area code, because of Rey Mysterio. So yeah. It's just wrestling has its place in pop culture that people don't understand, bro. I mean, you know who The Rock is, you know who The Undertaker is, you know who John Cena is. Like, it's just, you don't have to watch an episode to know who these people are.
Yeah.
And a lot of niggas know who Rey Mysterio is. What do you mean? Where did you learn that?
Yeah.
That is the most obscure move ever to do for a finisher.
Only a little
What do you
nigga
mean?
could do that too. Like,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Which is fitting for her to do it. I have a question for you, and I'm gonna bleep this out. Let me the timer just went off, so that's great. Let me just all right, 1:45. I'm taking a mental note. But do y'all feel like Booker T's finisher was kind of a little bit?
You didn't just say that.
Or I'm tripping.
Tell
right?
me you didn't just say that.
I feel like it was like a little. I feel like it was just a little too like I don't know. He was just not. He don't even seem like that type of black dude. It just seemed real niggerish. I don't know. I don't know. I used to always be like, yeah, but why does he have to spin so goddamn much? The spin of Rooney and like that's like some hip hop shit. So like I get it, but it's like I didn't. Maybe it's just me on that ledge. All right, cool. Let me move along. I'll make sure I won something. All right. So we're gonna end with 30 seconds of love. So let me exit out of this. So Dame started. So D, you could go first.
No, D start. I go. I can start.
Oh, you started first. Yeah. Whoever. Whatever the order is. All right. Here we go. 30 seconds. Do you need time to think of something?
No.
All right. Here we go.
I want to give love once again to UCLA women's basketball team. It is their first NCAA championship. Corey Close, the women's coach, she said a couple years ago after they got knocked out, I can't remember which round, Elite Eight, I think. I don't remember. She said if these girls come back, we could do something special here. 1 or 2 years later, they did just that. So all the seniors accounted for 100% of their points in the Final Four. So props to them.
Well said. Shout out to UCLA. Dame, you want to go? Or D, you want you? BTA. You want to go?
Why are you wearing that South Carolina hat today? By the way, what's going on with that?
So this South Carolina was a gift from Ashley, and it was my grandfather was a South Carolina fan, so he passed away. But his birthday is on the back of the hat. Yeah, nigga feel bad now. Yeah, nigga.
Gotta be a dickhead, bro. Nigga shout out his girl and his grandpa's, bro. You a dickhead, DeVonte.
No, I'm just saying because he wore that and they lost. So I'm like, yo, what the hell he got this on for?
Yeah, it's the
And
only
he
college.
Shot at Dawn Staley. He said, "Oh, she can get it too. She can get it too." And
well, shit, I'm wearing more gear than she was. Shit.
You got points there.
But nah, this is my grandfather's hat. So, well, not his hat, but it reminds me of my grandfather, so I wear it from time to time. And people ask me the same question. Oh, are you a South Carolina fan? No, I just like the hat, man. Like that's yo.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's like you gotta explain that you're not a fan of the team. Don't ask me that fucking question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This is the love segment. Here we go.
Yeah, bring it back.
All right, here you go, D.
All
Oh
right,
shit,
my
my
30
fault.
seconds up.
Here you go. Here you go.
All right, let me run it back. My 30 seconds of love is gonna go to the WNBA. I guess they're doing a new CBA right now, so all of the big name players are gonna become free agents because they're not signing any deals because they want to get paid a little more. And what we've seen with the college basketball and having UCLA win is good for women's basketball because you don't have that dominant program like UConn, South Carolina, Tennessee, Notre Dame that was back in the day. So, shout out to the women's sports.
Shout out to the women's sports. Expansion draft. They're gonna be in what was the two teams are Seattle and Portland, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. They always talk about how Seattle's a great NBA, just a great sports city. So, I mean, shit, they won the Super Bowl, so that makes sense to bring a team there. Like Donna, yeah. I mean, Connecticut is. We'll be lucky if we could just travel to a game. All right, so here we go. I got 30 seconds. All right, my 30 seconds is dedicated to showing love to the black astronaut Victor Glover. He was the first black astronaut to reach high orbit on NASA launch and operated successfully, blah, 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 blah. But he'll also be the first to travel to the moon. He was also an aviator in the Navy and served in Iraq before he was selected as an astronaut. This is sports, so he was a wrestler, defensive back at Cal Poly. Overall arching point is that black is great and we are more than capable to be incredible. He had some comments about he had a solid comment about he wants it to be human history and not, always be considered black history. Anytime I hear somebody say some shit like that, I'm always like, But when I watched the full clip, it was very important and insightful because he was very super black. So shout out to that guy. Shout out to the women's teams. We're very pro women here, so that's awesome.
Shout out to my fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. You shout out the astronaut. He's a member of my fraternity. So.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
And he was in the Navy. Show that shit.
Yep, right there.
Damn.
I signed all my paintings with the Sigma. So, and shout out to the 229. So.
All right, get the 229.
As always.
Here,
man, shut the fuck up, nigga. Damn.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry, I'm not from Connecticut. My bad.
Yeah, you don't have. It's okay.
Yes.
It's all right.
Listen, you said something about.
I forgive you.
You don't like when they say stuff about the black, like.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan when people when black people are put in powerful positions and then they're like, "Well, I don't want it to be about just being black. I want it to be everybody." Says I'm not with that shit. Like you got to make a stance. I'm of the belief if you make a stance on how important it is to be black and doing whatever it is, they won't ask you the same question multiple times because you've already stated it before.
I hear you on that, but I also agree with. Sometimes it's okay to be like, I don't want this to be about black history because they put us in a box. I mean, it goes back to that quarterback debate. It's it's a black person who did it. It's a black person who did this. It's not just human history. And then you get that 1 month where you're celebrated for it. That's the shortest month in the year when it should be celebrated in general. So, I hear what you're saying because black is excellent. But at the same time, I hate sometimes how they always, well, a black person did this, and they act like we're not capable of doing it.
No, and history proves otherwise. But the only reason why I'm saying that is just because it's more so dog whistling. Like if I was to get on TV and be super successful, whatever, and I never say anything about black is black. This is black is power. Black is beautiful. Whatever the rhetoric is. If I never say that, and I always deflect to, well, I don't want it to just be. Then you're not taking your opportunity to show these kids that are looking up to you. But what was cool was he said that at first, but then he watched it, and I watched the whole thing, and he was like, you know, I know I'm gonna have, you know, black kids that look up to me and they say, "Oh, he's an astronaut, I could do it." So he did address that. What I first saw was just a short clip, and then I watched the full one. So I appreciated that because it's like say that, but then also say it's not about just one thing, even though it is about that.
Yeah,
And
that's
Black
exactly
History is every single day. So fuck these
Exactly.
niggas. And fuck Donald Trump forever, nigga. Fuck that nigga. It's up. Huh? Breathing down your neck, nigga. Huh? I'm gonna clip all that out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm hanging this thing up. Peace out.